So what is our tentative
Okay, real quick, I have to
list of
say,
categories?
Dash, there was a point where Jason just spun in a circle.
No, I saw.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
was
I
need you
know.
to
He
just
was very
anytime
bored.
Jason's not talking, I need you to just put that on loop over his picture.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I just
Yeah,
needed to
no, I
get that
saw.
out there.
Just have it slowly zoom in on Jason
I was like,
spinning.
we're boring you, I see.
Yeah, Ryan
Hey,
was talking about his number two, I think, and
hey, I did it multiple times during the recording.
of
yeah.
course you did.
Yeah, and it's neat. Like it's kind of got this like you're playing it and stuff like kind of seems connected, like this, I don't know, almost like kaleidoscopic.
I will bring it down.
Play the theme song.
I'll play the theme song.
Oh no, he's gonna
The
hit the
theme
Tim Allen button.
song.
No, it's the, the one that's 2 minutes long.
May I have your attention?
My lifestyle determines my death style.
But yeah, we're gonna with that, we will get right into the best character of 2022. I've been very proud of myself because I have not yet fucked up the year when I have been saying things. I've been
Well,
trying
we're still
very, very
early enough
hard.
in 2023 that
There,
we're still
there's
writing 2022 on our checks.
there's also still time for me to fuck it up, so we'll see what happens.
And also
Um,
still using checks.
I would also like to say, just full non sequitur, proud of Dash for being a shock jock now.
Me too.
Yeah,
Morning.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a new era of my life. And everyone is super into it. But yeah, we are going to be talking about the best characters of the year. This is a very, very fun category. I think we had some pretty good characters on the whole this year. This is what if the best gun was writing, and I think we're just going to get right into it. This was a category I had to have a conversation with someone who will not be named about not having multiple characters from the same game
It was me.
coming in. It was Ryan. And
Keeping the mystery alive.
I am really hoping that people abided by the rule to not bring old character. Oh, okay, cool, perfect. So I didn't even have to have a conversation with you about it. So cool.
Number
All the
one,
rules being followed.
Kirby.
No,
I followed the rule, even though I'm annoyed that I had to.
If it
And
if
that's
it makes you
fine.
feel any better at all, I also am annoyed by it, but I didn't want to break the rule.
Yeah.
So I'm
I'm
gonna give
glad
a
there
quick.
was the rule because I forgot about one of my characters and then was like, oh shit, I'm glad Dash is a dick.
I'm gonna give an honorable mention to Sindri from God of War Ragnarok, who is not a new character, but got some incredible character play in that game. But
Yeah.
he's not a new character, so he's not eligible.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Unlike my number three, which is a lot of people have been going to weddings lately. A lot of people have been getting married, and I wanted to put in my number three because I got married this year. I got married to a four-arm moon lady this year, and she is
Yeah.
my number three character.
Oh, that
I'm
Goro
talking,
person from Mortal Kombat.
yeah. I'm talking, of course, about Ranni the Witch from Elden Ring. I think that in a game of some pretty like good Soulsy-esque characters, she probably has my favorite side quest in that game. It's probably the longest and most extensive one. I had a really good time doing it. And it is also lore-wise one of the more interesting ones with just doing all of the god killing and breaking the cycle. I'm a huge fan of my wife, Ranni the Witch, who I did get married to in real life legally.
She
My
puts
wife.
herself into like a little doll and like
Yeah.
hides,
And
and
then
then
you can
like
put that doll in a jar and you can come in the jar and it's just wonderful.
Hey, you don't have to come in the jar. It's
You don't
just,
have to, but I'm going
What else
to.
But
are you
that's
gonna
the
do
right
with-
ending to the
Yeah.
quest.
what else
But
are you
yeah.
gonna do with a doll in a jar?
what do you use humanity for if not that?
Ranni's great. I like Ranni a lot. I like doing her. Like I think that her quest is probably the most fun of the side quests. Just had a great time doing it. Great rewards from it, and we'll get into that later. But Ryan, what is your number three?
My number three is going to be Poinpy from Poinpy. He's like this little dude, and I think it's a testament to just good like character design. Like he looks like a little like fish dragon thing, and he doesn't really have a lot of characterization, but you immediately love him because he's so cute. He carries around a little blender and feeds a giant cat.
I'm looking at
Smoothies.
this guy. He looks like an old Taito character.
Yeah,
What game are you talking about?
Point B. Were you not
Spell it.
listening?
Poinpy, like pointy, but with two P's.
He already brought this up in a different category.
I actually spelled it out less than 5 minutes ago.
It's true.
I don't think that happened.
I like him.
He
But
looks
yeah,
like a Bubble Bobble character.
Yeah.
yeah, I love it. I love that. Like almost like arcade cabinet style. Like both Dash and Hunter have now mentioned arcade games, and he looks just like a classic arcade game character. Long live Poinpy.
Yeah, big fan. Okay, not going to be worried about that at all. Just going to keep going and and say, hey, Jason, what is your number 3 character?
I'm
Break it
distracted.
down.
Yeah, it's a little.
Danny, your camera's going crazy.
It looks like something from a mid 2000s music video.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's back.
I might have just found where the video card is in the laptop because I was resting my hand somewhere. So...
Okay, Jason, what's your
my-
number 3?
My number 3 is, for a lot of the same reasons, is also our witch wife.
Yeah, we're in a polyamorous
I-
relationship. She's got 4 hands. You can
Good.
jerk us both off at the same time.
And I kind of the
You
same
can do a lot with
kind of the same
hands.
thought process. There were a ton of good characters in that game, but I chose her specifically because of the quest line being as enjoyable as it was. But so, yeah, I mean,
You gotta
pretty much
compete
all the
with a
same
wolf
stuff.
man for her love.
Move your hand.
Ah, damn. I'm trying to look things up.
Good.
Where's my...
Oh, there it goes.
There we
Okay.
go. Cool. Okay.
Lily, what is your number 3?
I can't wait
Well-
for this video to come out and Danny to see what that looks like. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
it is.
I
amazing.
can see it. I can
Oh,
see
okay.
it.
Oh, you can.
Okay.
Unless it, like, I can see it in the corner. I don't know if it goes big for you guys. Like,
Well, so I did not put Ranny on this list because I knew that she was already going to come up once, and Dash called me a bitch when I told him I got that ending. So just going to avoid that all around. I don't want to be in a relationship with Dash and Jason. I'm sure they're wonderful men, but not my type. Number 3, I put Ribs Man from Session, which
I thought that was going to be another Elden Ring.
I was going to say, like, that's
Yeah,
a
right.
really
Who the
good
fuck
character.
is Ribs
Um,
Man?
The lore
he's
goes
just this,
deep.
he's just this guy that runs around in a skeleton Halloween costume
This guy looks cool.
and just gives you skate missions to do. And I really was kind of reaching because I couldn't put more than one Elden Ring character on the list. And I did not play Poinpy. So I kind of just went with this guy. But as far as all of the other characters in Session, he's not just like a pro skater that they name drop. He's just like some guy from the city where you started skating as far as the story goes, and he just like skates around town and is like, hey, tray flip this stair set, and you're like, okay. So it's a good time.
I'm looking at him. I'm a big fan of Ribs, man. He's got like big like Skullomania energy.
Yeah.
I like him.
Oh, there goes Jason with the Google.
Yeah, me too.
Danny, who's your number 3 character?
all right. I was also kind of reaching because I don't know. I didn't play a lot of games that I really cared about the characters in this year. But I put Volo from Pokemon Arceus just because he was like one of the merchant guys from the Ginkgo trading company, and he's just kind of like shifty as fuck, and he's really pretty, and I don't know, I was charmed by him. So that's my number 3. Honorable mention, I felt bad again bringing up Persona 5 Royal, but Haru-chan is I think does not get...
Oh, look, what happened? Danny got muted. What a crazy thing.
I put her as an honorable mention, so you can fuck off.
Not even the best girl in that game.
She got the
I-
Hunter,
biggest
who's your
forehead,
number
though.
3?
She got the giantest forehead this side of the
She's-
Pacific
Could
Ocean.
land a 747
She's running a
on that thing.
fucking international corporation at like 17. Give her
Yeah,
some
she's
credit.
still boring.
Hunter, who's your number 3?
My number 3, I don't remember the name of because it was a random cultist in Cult
Great
of the
sign.
Lamb. Specifically because one of my cultists asked me to eat poop, and then this cultist came up and asked me to kill that guy. And I was
Did
like,
you do
I
both of
like
them?
you.
Do you remember
That's
what the
good
animal they
content.
were?
I think the one that wanted to eat poop was a frog, and the one that wanted death of a poop of a scat fetishist was a pig.
Did you
Nice.
feed him poop and then kill him?
Yes.
It's good for morale.
Danny,
Yeah,
bring
because
the
if you
cat into
just
frame.
if you just deny the thing, they lose morale.
She's being a punk.
Stop being a punk, Viola.
Yeah.
So with that, my number
Cello
2
would never do this to me.
My number 2 is a character from the game Citizen Sleeper, which I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who ended up playing.
I
But
downloaded it.
a quick thing about Citizen Sleeper is it's very much a cyberpunk story, and a huge component of it is people selling copies of their consciousness to corporations, and then those consciousnesses getting embedded into like robotic frames that then have to like live out the rest of their existence doing manual labor. But one of the characters in it is NeoVend. NeoVend is a vending machine, but what it actually is it is a person's personality that has escaped the like network of tracking all of the stuff and all the places where they hunt down these rogue personalities to get out. But the only way that they were able to like get out of the network and keep themselves safe is they had to embed themselves in a vending machine. So it's just this person who's just like, yeah, rather than living life on the run or doing all these other things, I'm just living as a vending machine for the rest of existence, and he is slowly breaking down, and you have to do a few side quests to like help him get his stuff figured out, like kind of help figure out some of his memories and eventually move him out of the vending machine onto a different body. It's a really good character driven game, but I'm a big fan of guy who hates capitalism so much that he's going to become a fucking soda machine.
He became
yeah.
capitalism.
Yeah. And he also sells you like ship parts, which is cool.
Huh.
But yeah, NeoVend, my number 2. Again, people should really play Citizen Sleeper. It's really good.
Citizen Snips.
It's on Game Pass. Ryan, what is your number 2 character?
My number 2 character is Gloopy Longlegs from Ooblets.
You're just making shit up today.
There
You got
he
so
is.
mad at me for getting mad at you about the
Gloopy
one game.
Longlegs.
I like him.
He's from the spooky area in Ooblets. But let me tell you a little bit about him. Gloopy Longlegs
Please.
are jelly-encased creatures native to Nullware. Their long legs make them adept at wading through marshes or marshy swamps. Literally me. you
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
This is
But
just
he's,
a Toad's cool.
The way you read that made me think there was more coming, but
Yeah.
I like what we got.
But he wears cute little boots. But yeah, this is what Pokemon design should look like.
Mm.
Instead, we
Yeah.
get whatever. What are we on now? Scarlet and Violet are putting.
Yeah, we
out.
get like a weird like dick looking motorcycle one. Fuck that.
exactly.
No, they ripped this off. They ripped off Gloopy Longlegs for Toad School.
And that's
look
you're
up
just making
Toad
shit
School
up.
now.
You are making up worse shit.
No, Toad School is a regional form of Tentacool.
Yeah, that's
Ugh.
bullshit.
It's
I do
ground grass.
actually. Aside
he
from
does.
the typing, I really like the
Right,
Toad
you're
School.
just disappearing.
Yeah, Ryan, your shit's not working.
Oh, no.
There he is.
That's a shiny tentacle. I don't. That's a bunch of bullshit. Jason,
But,
No,
can
the
you-
shiny ones are white.
Jason, can you tell me what character? Like, please tell me your characters from an actual game and not some shit you made up a few minutes before this conference.
Mine is a real character. I'm calling an audible at the last second and changing my list though. 'Cause that's
Oh,
always how we roll. I just want to make a change, and I'm gonna bump one of mine off. But my number 2 is the best written character of the year, dialogue wise, and that is Neon Yellow.
God damn it.
Hey, buddy.
I haven't finished the game, but I've read every line of dialogue to the point in the game that I am at, which is maybe like 2 worlds from the end. And Neon Yellow is just flawlessly written, entertaining from beginning to end.
He's
You
your
were my
buddy.
Sasuke.
He
man.
says John Cena.
Why do you think Jason likes him so
what's the
much?
problem with this?
I just want to hang out with my bros in heaven, and that's what Neon Yellow brings me.
Yeah, just you want a heist to go wrong and you want to just hang out with your homies. Lily, who is your number 2 homie of the year?
My number 2 homie of the year is
We should
Alexander
rename
the Iron Fist.
Yeah.
I love that big pot guy for obvious
yeah.
reasons.
I am a
But
big
also
fan.
he's just a good time. I like his quest line. It's fun to just like find him dotted around. The end of it's fucking sad, but that's beside the point.
He's always stuck somewhere.
I
love
know,
finding
what a
him stuck
fucking
in the
idiot.
ground.
Yeah, it's so good.
You gotta help him
and
out.
then
Like
he's
he's
just chilling in the fucking lava lake. Like it's
He's
great.
forging himself harder.
I
he's
know.
the Sigmire of this game, and like every other Dark Souls game, the Sigmire is one of the best characters that they ever end up doing.
He is on that Sigma grind set. That's for
Great.
sure.
The
That's great.
Sigmire grind set.
And sure,
So-
he gets cracked up sometimes, but he still keeps coming back and he still keeps fighting and he still keeps pushing on.
I tell you what, I couldn't have beat Radon without him.
He's so good.
So yeah. He's a good guy. He's a good boy. He's my favorite pot of 2022.
He is the pop
And there was a
man.
big selection.
Danny, who is your number 2 pot of the year?
Well, actually, I want to change to the same character because I just didn't think of him when I was thinking of my Elden Ring characters.
Alexander Goodboy.
Yeah,
Alexander Goodboy.
Alexander Goodboy.
That's his name.
So,
he
like,
invented the telephone.
That's
True, actually.
That's my real number 2, but I am putting Hugh from Elden Ring in this spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, who doesn't love a good smithy?
Oh.
Yeah, no, like Hugh fucking is just unfortunately, like, he's stuck forging a weapon that can kill God, but like it's not the worst way to be. And he
What a job, though.
Yeah,
He's also into it. Like
Yeah.
it's what he wants is he wants to make a sword that will kill a god.
yeah. I'm here for it. Help me kill God. So Hugh is my number 2. He's a great ally.
I'm
Yeah,
a big
he's
fan
nice to
too.
come back to.
He
as
was
well.
also
Like,
almost my Elden Ring pick.
Same.
there are so many
A lot of good Elden Ring characters.
You
I'm-
know what you say. If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, even if you're chained to a wall and forced to do it.
That is what
Ryan,
they
have
say.
you said an Elden Ring character yet?
No.
Okay, there's still time. Hunter, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is also Neon Yellow.
God damn it. Fuck this. Fuck this. I'm
Because
fucking
again,
done.
Neon White is the best writing of the year.
I hate it here. What are we all doing?
Don't act like we didn't all really like that game.
Yeah,
a
the
great
game was
game.
fine.
The gameplay's great. It's one of the
Fast forward function
we
is
will
that-
get there.
Having
We will
not
fucking
played it,
get there.
have not actually seen any of the dialogue, not really played it. It sounds like you're in the minority of people who didn't
That's what
like
I
the
hate. That's what's
dialogue.
really frustrating to me.
Look, like with Neon Yellow, one of the first things you do when you hang out with him is dig food out of the trash and eat
What a
it.
friend.
Because he's
Yeah,
like,
it's just the realistic game.
yeah, he's like, the
There's-
stuff we eat sucks, but sometimes they throw away good shit.
There's different levels of bad dialogue, and Neon White falls into the good bad.
Disagree, but all right.
Other games this year fall into the bad bad.
Yeah, that is true.
And I'll bring that up later.
Well, with that, that'll bring us to the number 1.
Yeah, Dash,
category.
who's your number 1 Neon Yellow of the
My
year?
it's gonna be Neon Violet. No, it's so my number 1 character is a character from The Quarry. His name is Dylan.
Literally
He
who?
is, and see, like that's why this category is weird because I'm talking like now I know how Hunter feels. We're having to talk about these great characters in games that only I played. But I'm just gonna tell you,
explain yourself.
I'm gonna give you the fastest way I can to explain why I like Dylan so much. The Quarry is it is very much like a monster kind of slasher horror type thing. And there's a point where Dylan thinks he gets infected with a virus that is going to turn him into a monster. He gets his hand bitten. So what does the motherfucker do? He turns to the friend who he's with, who is the one who is carrying the shotgun around, and says, "Hey, buddy, I need you to blow my hand off." So you have to do a quick time, like you have to make some choices and be like, am I gonna fucking shoot my friend's hand off? And eventually you decide, fuck it, let's do it. Put the hand down, gun to the hand, blow the hand right fucking off. And that is ultimately a choice that ends up saving Dylan. It's fantastic. He's got huge dipshit energy, but also a heart of gold.
Just
I
like
do love
Neon
me
Yellow.
some himbos.
I knew.
Yeah.
Was
Oh,
coming.
very like it's not quite a himbo because there is a himbo in it his name is Jacob. He's like the jock archetype who almost won this category also because he says things like, "Oh yeah, it's a beer dar. It dars for beer," you know.
So now I'm hearing there are two himbos, which is selling me
Not
on this
Dylan's
game.
more like a dumb twin. Dylan would pronounce LGBT as LGBT. That's his end.
Yeah, as would any good.
But is he
himbo.
like scrawny?
Yeah,
He's not
yeah.
like a buff dude.
No. There was Jacob's a jock. Dylan is like a sound guy.
Okay.
Like, yeah, not quite a himbo, but maybe definitely a twink. He is a homosexual.
Twinkie.
Like, he is one of the
Twinkie
gay
himbo.
characters.
Okay.
Also, this is slightly off topic, but they say dipshit in Avatar 2, and I'm glad that James Cameron is still making throwbacks to Terminator 2.
Spoilers, Jesus.
People should play The Quarry. I would highly recommend it. Until Dawn was really good, but The Quarry, like I think everyone here would enjoy The Quarry to some extent. Also, former WCW champion David Arquette is in that game. But Ryan, who is your number one?
Number one is Neon Violet because she made my PP feel funny. No, it's actually Aurelia, the jellyfish spirit ash from Elden Ring.
Yep.
Because she was helpful throughout a huge amount of the game, and then you kind of like forget about her in your inventory once you get better spirit ashes. But then there's a point where you go to a shack in the Mountain of the Giants, and there's another jellyfish there calling out for her sister. So you summon the spirit ash, and they then move on to the afterlife in a beautiful jellyfish dance in a snowy mountain cabin.
You told me this and I was completely in disbelief about it. Just like, are you fucking kidding me that like the first spirit ash you kind of get ends up like having this really like long-term payoff? I think that's so wild.
I love
Did you know that they have graves in the game?
Mm-hmm.
With a message that reads that they never got to see the stars.
And then they go off and see the stars.
Yeah.
I didn't
God
get
bless
that
Mr.
far in
President.
Elden Ring yet, and that's wonderful. I love
Yeah.
It's
that.
amazing.
It's great. It's a good thing. But Jason, who's muted himself, who is your number one character?
Sorry, my keyboard's clicky and I was typing something. My number one character is a guy that gives you a taste of the good stuff for free, and that is
Oh, no.
Poe from Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
He's the garlic boy. Garlic is one of, if not the best item in the game
We'll
that
get there.
I have played. And yeah, he gives you a little bit for free. You get to start with the best stuff, and he's just fun.
Poe is great. Poe is probably my second most played character at Vampire Survivors.
Mm-hmm. He's
Poe
my
is-
most played, I believe.
Poe is very good. Starting with Garlic is a huge boon.
Yeah.
But Lily, who is your number one character?
My number one character is a tie because I remembered at the last minute. It's between Poe and Pugnala.
Yeah.
Because Poe got me up to the point where I unlocked Pugnala Provolone, and then I went with him from there on. So it's
Hey, do not misgender the very clear Bayonetta ripoff.
I apologize. And then I switched to her, and she carried me the rest of the way through the game. So,
Pugnala
it's
is
kind
my
of
most played
kind of
Vampire
up in the
Survivors
air.
character.
yeah, she's great fun.
She's pretty good.
So-
Nice.
I don't
Has
think
the
I
best
have that
song.
one yet.
She's the secret character that you find on the first level.
Very
She is
good.
very good. She starts with the twin guns, so
And
you
you
just
can
get
get
guaranteed
more
to have the
guns.
twin guns every time.
Yeah, I definitely
Turn
don't think I
that-
have that.
turn that reverse bullet hell into a regular bullet hell as well.
Mhm. But that, Danny, who's your number one character? And I'm really hoping it's who I hope it is.
It's almost certainly not.
Dash is gonna mute you again.
It's a character from Harvestella. You meet early on. Harvestella being the anime Stardew like. He's just like a side quest character named Regia. In like the second town you go to, this character there's a side quest where you find out that people who have been sneezing are getting abducted and then like returned 2 days later with like no recollection of where they've been, and you track down these disappearances to a character from to Regia, who is from the like hyper advanced civilization that you're kind of like you're bumping into throughout the game, but they're kind of like mysterious. You don't really know what's going on with them, and they are treated as hostile, even though a lot of them are just like trying to help the environment. But Regia has been abducting people and taking cell samples in order to try and figure out how to treat a disease that is ravaging the land. And this disease is called hay fever. And...
What the fuck is this game about? Like, what?
Sounds like a pretty standard.
It's
like
he's
thing.
He is trying to treat seasonal allergies, and when you finish the side quest and like help him gather materials for like an attempted cure, the cure doesn't work, but he declares war on hay fever, and I was just really struck by that. I immediately loved this boy for agendered being for being so passionate about ending hay fever.
Yeah, fuck hay fever.
Yeah, are you sure you weren't playing Power Wash Simulator? Because this sounds
time travelers
this has a striking.
I told you this is anime Stardew Valley. Like, it's weird. It goes
nothing
places.
about that would have led me to where you just ended up.
Hey, fuck,
nothing
no,
about
fuck
that
hay fever though.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, I can get on board with that, but nothing about what Danny said would have led me to where we ended up with that.
I don't know.
I mean,
Stardew Valley
seasons
gets
are
pretty
very-
far out there as you move
Yeah.
along.
Yeah,
And
there's
also-
literally a
No.
wizard in it.
Seasons are very prevalent in the game. So like, yeah, people suffer from allergies.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh.
me, for real, for real.
Yeah, that is just like me for real, for real. But Hunter, who is your number one most like you character for real, for real?
My number one character is a little known. Not many people ran into him. He's a big dog man named Blythe. Because he's your
Blythe, cool.
bro. I thought it was a little weird that I didn't encounter him until after the first thing you're
What
supposed
game-
to do for him.
What
Elden
game is
Ring.
this?
Oh, it's Elden Ring.
Okay.
Because
Gotcha.
you're supposed to meet him and then fight the Bloodhound Knight guy that's in one of those Everjail things. But I killed that guy.
Bloodhound Gang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Bloodhound
killed
Gang.
the Bloodhound Gang way before I met Blythe. So I just went and met him there. I was like, oh, that was a good fight, wasn't it? It's like, yeah, you got it, Blythe. We sure kicked that guy's ass. But
Teamwork
yeah, I
makes
just
the
like
dream work.
how he's just a cool dude. But then, Danny, cover your ears for a second if you care.
I
don't know if you
Don't
finished
really
that or
care
not.
about spoilers.
Okay,
I was really hoping you were going to cover the cat ears.
that would have been a good bit. But yeah, you have to. He's been fighting against brainwashing or whatever the lore is. I don't quite remember, and you just kind of have to kill him. Well, you don't have to, but
You should.
you should. Yeah.
You marry and take away the person he has to guard, so then he doesn't have a purpose anymore, and you got to murder him.
No. Or
But
no.
also
you
he
gotta all yeller him.
He also helps
Oh.
you at the Radon Festival. He's got sick armor, so that after you kill him, you get some sick looking armor. He's got a cool sword. Lets you flip around and do stuff. Jason, you're muted, you dumbass.
Fucking got him.
You can
I
also
said,
find him.
I said I don't remember killing that guy. Did I kill that guy?
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
You get the
Did you?
Ronnie ending. Ranny?
Yeah,
Ranny?
it's been. I haven't played that game in a while. Maybe I did kill that guy.
I was gonna say killing him's optional.
Yeah, you don't have to. He's also in the same club as like the giant blacksmith guy.
Mm.
They're in like a little clan together. But yeah, Blight's good. Good,
He's
good. Good
guts,
guy.
right?
Yeah.
pretty much.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, super duper.
So I am real curious, Dash. Who did you think my number one character was?
I can't put characters on. I can't do stuff in games I didn't play. But man, Big Man's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Big
love
Man
Big
is cool.
Man. He's
Yeah.
so cool.
I do like Big Man is probably my favorite of that trio.
Yeah, I like Big Man.
Big man
Yeah.
from
Oh,
what?
from Splatoon.
Splatoon 3.
Mm.
Yeah, he's the manta ray in
Oh, okay.
in the newscaster group.
Yeah, he's great. I love him. I really love. He's cool. I want to hang out with him.
Looking him up.
But yeah, those are it was a pretty good gear for characters. Like again, I mean, you could have easily done a top 5 Elden Ring characters. A little surprised that we went this entire thing without ever talking about the Booty Blaster himself, the Loathsome Dung Eater.
Oh,
I
he
think
was
it's-
my honorable mention.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
He's
thinking about
everybody's
put-
honorable mention.
I was thinking about putting him, but I also murdered him as soon as I could because he's
yeah, he
gross.
sucks. He's gross. I want nothing.
Because
I don't
I
want
He
him.
eats poop.
He's loathsome.
I didn't
He's
want
cool.
him to kill my dude, the crab eater, or whatever that guy's name is.
Oh yeah, the guy who sells you
Yeah.
shrimp in the swamp.
Yeah, he sells you
Yeah.
boiled prawn and
Shrimp
boiled
gumbo.
crab. He kills that guy if you let him out.
That's
So I
fucked up.
killed
Man,
Dung
fuck,
Eater.
the Dung Eater sucks.
Yeah, well, the best part about the Loathsome Dung Eater is just the announcement at the beginning of the game of his name, but like looking into his stuff, you're just like, oh, he's just kind of like some black-pilled chud. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he's
like
the
the way
men's
he
rights
sits.
activist of Elden Ring.
Truly loathsome.
It
I like
really
He
is.
sucks.
It's
If
a
there was
I like how
very
he sits in the round
character,
table
he'd be
hold
a
and
fit.
just
Yeah.
every time you come around, he's like, "I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna kill you. If you let me out of here, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker.
I'm gonna kill you."
it's a very iconic introduction in that opening where he's just, reading off the names and just the Loathsome Dung Eater.
Dude sucks. But
The
with
picture
that,
of him in the intro is him being hung, right?
yeah, because they don't like him either. No one
Yeah,
likes
he
him.
fucking
eats
sucks.
poop.
But with that, that'll bring us to a close on best character of the year. So join us next time where we will be discussing the best weapon or tool, where it's what if a character was a gun, but you just shot it instead. But with that,
Yeah.
see us next time.